Do you, your family, your company, do they lack leadership, vision, culture? If they do, I've got good news for you. One of the biggest ways to move things forward for your life with abundance, with a culture shift, is to lead with the number one culture changer. And you're like, what would be the number one culture changer? What would be that thing that leadership rises and falls on? And I would tell you this, guys, authenticity. Authenticity. Do you vibe like with truth? Do they trust that you are doing what you say you're doing? Do your words hit a point of truth? They say that there's powerful forces in this. There's power, like the feeling of love, like is a powerful vibration. The feeling of fear is a powerful vibration. But you know what the greatest vibration on this earth is? It's the power of authenticity. I'm real. I am who I say I am. I do what I say I'm going to do. And I would tell you it's one of the greatest, I'm going to call it a leadership hack, but when you're transparent, you can lead not from a top down heavy, but you lead your family, you lead your whatever you're involved with, your community, you lead with a bottom up mentality. And that meaning that you're authentically who you are, that you can sit in the trenches with people, you can have authentic conversations with them, you can be honest about your shortcomings. And guys, I'm not just saying you just lay everything out there all the time. There's got to be wisdom. But if you want to have great culture in your life, your marriage, your family, your businesses, it starts with relationships, but it starts in having the courage to have authentic conversations. I don't know if you're like me. Some of my best times, some of the greatest friendships that I enjoy are people I can just go sit down with. It doesn't feel like there's been any time that's passed at all. And we can have real heart to heart communication. Nothing lifts a spirit, nothing lifts you higher than having authentic connection with another human being. And guys, if you think that I'm on this earth and my life is meant to multiply, I've really started to think about you're really on this earth to multiply through your children, through your family, through your finances, through your occupation. You're on this earth to multiply. Your ripple effect of your life, right? Is all multiplication. But if you're on this life to multiply, how do you move the lever with another human being? The only way to move the lever with another human being is to have authentic conversations. And isn't it our greatest desire to be like loved and accepted? The human need is always for love and acceptance. We'll do about anything for that, right? But authenticity is the driver of the greatest leadership teams, of the greatest culture. It's not I'm standing here and I've got all this accomplished and I've done all this and looking downward. It's like, hey, we're all human beings. We all have mission, purpose, calls, giftings, talents. We all desire the same basic things. We're way more alike than we are different. True human connection is what moves the needle in your business and in your family and in your money. It's a human connection life. The life that multiplies through authenticity. So if you're sitting there, and I'm oftentimes talking to leaders, if you're looking at your culture and you're like, man, something needs to shift. Well, I've got good news for you. It's you. You're the thing that needs to shift. When you take personal responsibility for everything in your life, you get your power back. Guys, I can remember a time where I literally wanted to blame everybody for everything. I wanted to be like, well, they didn't do this and they didn't do that and they dropped the ball here and they dropped the ball there. And then I had to turn that mirror around and look at myself and say, and where didn't you show up, Amy? And how did you show up in that atmosphere? And how did you show up in the day? And what system did you avoid putting into place? Where didn't you show up? And when I could take my power back by looking in the mirror at my own part that I played in it and say, man, all of this is a result of me. And I owned it. It gave me my power back. Sometimes as leaders, I'm talking leaders as family, as parents, as community leaders. I mean, everybody's a leader. I really believe everybody's a leader. You're not born a leader, you're developed into a leader. And I believe everyone's a leader. So I'm speaking to the leadership skills in each of you. Take your power back. Own your mess. Own your dysfunction. Own where you're at, right? When you own it, you take the power away from it and you put the power back in your hands. And then you can decide and you can take the action and you can have the conversations and you can lead from the front. But what I have found is when I'm in the midst of things, it's when I seem untouchable, not present. That's where leadership stuff, that's where problems happen. Think about it. They happen at home. How present are you? Are you attached to the phone all the time? How present are you? Are you glued to the TV? How present are you? Are you sitting in the room but your mind's on everything else but your family? Like, how present are you? And guys, there's so many distractions out there that are always trying to take us off our game. But if you'd actually look at, and I run a real estate company, how present am I? I might be in the building. How present am I? I might be in a meeting. How present am I? How do I lead? Do I lead from, oh, you guys suck, or that's your fault, or why didn't you do that? Or do I lead from, hey, guys, I've been thinking about this and I have really struggled in this area and I've really recommitted to growth here because I know it's going to move it forward, and I start to show up and be committed to it. Everything in your life, think about it again. I'm going to just share it with you one more time. Everything in your life is a reflection of who you are in the interior. If you don't like how your family is functioning right now, examine yourself. If you think your money is funny, examine yourself. If you think your business is funny, examine yourself. And then that is the good news, guys. Lead authentically. You're a real human being. You got real issues just like everybody else does. And there's so much power in having conversations with people that you feel aligned. And where does alignment come? Alignment comes from knowing people. That doesn't mean just out there laying all your secrets out there. It means having real, authentic conversations. In the business world, people do business with people they like, they know, and they trust. And nothing moves the needle of that more authentically than authenticity. Be the real human being that you are. Your unique giftings, your unique talents, your unique abilities. The reason I feel like that people hide from authenticity is fear. Fear of being discovered, fear of being thought a fraud. I don't mean a fraud like, hey, I'm doing something, but just not being who they think that they're presenting, right? That I don't know what you call that syndrome. But that you hide from things. You're not authentic because you fear judgment, you fear rejection, you fear that, hey, they're not even gonna think I'm know what I'm doing. Like, it's all insecurity that keeps us away from human connection. And human connection is the greatest gift on earth. The greatest gift you can have is to have a conversation with someone that you actually connect with. Nothing lifts a burden, nothing lifts a soul than an actual human connection. Guys, in a world where we've got technology everywhere, where we're as connected as we've ever been, we're as disconnected and as lonely as we've ever been. The connectivity is digital, it's not personal. My challenge to you this week is to get back into the trenches with people, face to face, belly to belly, purposeful, coffee, conversations, whatever it is. That's when you're going to start to see life flow. This past few weeks, I've been really intentional about having conversations with people that I live my life with. And this is what I found. When I lean in with vulnerability and authenticity and tell them, hey, I've been nervous about this, or I really feel like I failed in this area, or I'm really working on something in myself. Do you know what happens? They don't just come around and, like, literally, it's like, okay, now we solve together because it's the ground is level. We're in an equal playing field. No one feels judged. No one feels condemned. They feel like, okay, I can be free and be open. And that is where magic happens. That's where you connect with someone, you can link arms and walk purposefully with them. So there's power in your authenticity. I know in my relationship, even with Steve, like when I'm authentically, hey, here's what I'm struggling with, this is what I'm dealing with. Do you know what? That doesn't make my bond with him disconnected. It doesn't make him judge me or mock me or anything like that. It brings people closer. My assistant, Megan, she's been with me for, I don't know, almost 10 years. And here's the thing, if there's been anyone on this planet, probably other than my husband, she's seen me at my worst and my best. And I can tell you that my relationship with her grows differently when I'm like, I'm not coming from a place of da 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 da. I'm like, oh, here, I'm struggling. We got all this going on. I need help in a different way than just being demanding. And believe me, I have been demanding, y'all. But you know what I mean? Our relationship, you just walk with so much unity and so much more purpose, and you get things done so much better. And you feel like connected when you're not just walking alone and you're not just So I'm telling you guys, the greatest gift in your life is always going to be people. And if you want to change a life, you want to change a marriage, you want to change a family, you want to change a company, then move past the realm of fear and move into the realm of authenticity. That's where all the gold is in life. All the gold is in real, authentic connection. Guys, when I sit with people and I can have these conversations and be honest with people, I feel like there's an author, and she says, when you let your light shine, you give others permission to also let their light shine, right? When you're liberated from your fear, you give others the ability to be liberated from their fear. So I say this: go be the lighthouse, go lead with authenticity, go be the best version of yourself. Do it raw, do it vulnerable, and do it real. I'm telling you, there's nothing more magnetic on this earth than someone that leads, lives, and is living their most authentic self. Remember this: there's no one on this earth like you. You're gifted, you're talented, you're uniquely blessed, and you're uniquely called. Own it. You are more.